Well, the national championship is settled, but 3 more very exciting days yet to come in the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series, the classic bracket competition. I'm Tommy Sanders here with Ronnie Moore, works with us on the Elite Series, and himself a veteran of the College Series. And Ronnie, for one of these anglers out of the 8 we have left in this special 3 days of competition, an opportunity like no other.
It is an opportunity like no other. Tommy, since Trevor Lowe won the bracket last year, every college angler in the series has been waiting for these 3 days and the chance to get to Kentucky Lake and be one of the final 8 guys.
Absolutely, and there's no way to put it how important this is, what a chance you could get still in your college years. So it's a lot on the line, but to get here, let's take a look at how we did get here through the national championship. Green River Lake in Kentucky, which was, tougher each day of fishing, but Kansas State would be the team that prevailed. Kyle Alsop, Taylor Bivens would put together 36 pounds and 4 ounces, your national championship taken for the first time by Kansas State. It's their first national championship. Those 2 guys will be our top 2 seeds as we head into the competition here. The competition, it's the College Classic bracket, and these are our 8 anglers now fishing as individuals. The teams are broken up. The top 8 anglers from the top 4 finishing teams in the first matchup there, Ronnie. Kyle Alsop versus Caleb Wozniak.
These guys probably have different approaches going into the first round. Alsop won the championship deep. Wozniak's from South Alabama. These guys fish completely opposite.
Sam Stone versus John Garrett of Bethel University, not far from our playing field.
These guys both seem to be very seasoned offshore fishermen. That should play key here, depending on how much knowledge Garrett has of this place, as well as how quickly Sam can figure out the deep fish.
All right, another Bethel, Texas State matchup with Brian Paul and Evan Coleman.
Like you said, half the Bethel matchup right here with Brian Paul. He's from Missouri, but he's been at Kentucky Lake for a couple years now. And Evan Coleman, great shallow water angler from Texas.
And our 4th match today, Austin Handley versus Taylor Bivens of Kansas State.
Similar thing to the Alsop and Wozniak matchup. Handley and Bivens both fish different. Austin Handley likes to fish shallow, while Taylor Bivens more finesse offshore.
All right, we are moving to a new venue, a new playing field. No longer on Green River Lake. We're moving to fabulous Kentucky Lake, 100+ miles of this thing and 180,000 acres of fishing. It's a monster, but it can pay off big time.
So much water for college anglers to break down in 2.5 days. Now they get a glimpse of what the Elite Series anglers go through every event. All
right, we're starting early in the morning on day number 1. 4 matches on this first day of the bracket competition. Let's get out on the water with our Bethel University qualifier, John Garrett.
Woo, thanks, man. We're at Paris Landing, day 1 of the College Classic bracket, and got a lot on the line here. We go out here and go try to catch a big bag of fish, make this thing happen.
John Garrett, Bethel University, heading out to start his match with Texas State University's Sam Stone. And John Garrett from Bethel, which is very nearby. He's also from Union City, Tennessee, very much nearby. So you figure John Garrett's got a lot of places to choose from to start his day.
He does, Tommy, but he takes a quick route to his first spot just outside of takeoff, decides to get a quick early bite before that sun comes up, and it really heats up the place. We're dealing with some hot summer temperatures that are going to drive these fish deeper as the day progresses.
Well, I mean, after the Green River, I was really excited, a little sad too, because I just lost, but all my thoughts were on this lake, and I was pretty pumped up to be able to come fish my home body water to have a chance at the Classic. Out of all the years they have, a Classic bracket, they just happen to have it at Paris the year I'm in national championship, so I'm pretty stoked about it. Woo! There's one. What we got here is just a real small, subtle hump. We're in the mouth of this creek here, and these fish, I'm pretty sure they're just moving from the back of this creek out back to the river. What makes our team so great is that, we usually send 3 or 4 boats to a tournament, and we all just go break down the body of water. And when you have 3 or 4 boats and you got 8 really good fishermen on the body of water, it's not that hard to break down a lake. And then once we figure something out, we let people know how we're doing it. We don't give a specific spot. We're like, hey, fishing 4 foot of water on red rod trap, y'all go try it out. So that's how our team's so successful. Biggin? Keeper though, isn't it? Oh yeah. I had to reel in, get my line out of his way. Yeah. Nope. It looked like it.
Somebody freaking hammered it.
Did it? There's fish everywhere on the graph. There's one. Stay on, baby. Oh, gosh. About time. I thought he was bigger than that. He looked bigger when I set the hook.
All right, 180,000 acres in Kentucky Lake, and I guess John Garrett, Brian Paul, avoiding separation issues by fishing close together to start this first day, even though they're in separate matches. And yet another match. Here we go with another one from our championship team, Kansas State University. Taylor Bivens going up against Austin Handley of Auburn.
Right now I'm sitting in 11-4, little tiny point just like this, and this is kind of how I fish it in Kansas. You know, later in the day I'll probably slow down with the shaky head and hit the same stuff and just hope that they want to eat a little bit, because like I said, yesterday I actually was fishing a shaky head on this stuff, and it was pretty slow and just getting a bite every so often, and some clouds rolled in for about 40 minutes, and I picked this spook up for about that same time frame, but getting them in the boat might be the trick today.
I might go. Tell you what, I'm just glad he came back and got it. Glad to see a fish do that.
You know, coming into this tournament, Kentucky Lake I was afraid you're gonna throw me a curveball, but once I found out what these fish are doing, it's fishing just like back home. I think I can do it today. I mean, getting 5 fish is gonna be the key for me. I mean, you know, that'll at least buy you a shot.
Taylor Bivens from the national championship Kansas State team trying to get ahead in his match. We got 4 matches going on. We'll visit 2 more when we come back.
The Carhartt Bassmaster College Series is brought to you by Carhartt and by Bass Pro Shops.
The 8 anglers from the 4 top finishing teams in the Carhartt Bassmaster College Series National Championship here in bracketed competition for 1 slot, the 2017 Geico Bassmaster Classic. We're on Kentucky Lake, massive Kentucky Lake out here in 4 quarterfinal matches going on right now. This is the 11th year for this college series, and through the years, hey, we've got some favorite moments, no doubt about that. Drew Sanford, Drury University. This is back in 2007, the 3rd year of competition, and man, right there in the head, that is a tough place to get it. But Scott Rook, recently fresh from his win at the Bass Major on Arkansas River in Little Rock, happened to show up at this one. He drew a helping hand right there.
Number 4 in our college conundrum countdown, Randy Tolbert hooks Chase Zimmerman from Georgia, and they found themselves on the wrong end of the crankbait.
Let me see if it's in there.
So it's in there.
I'm gonna push it through and cut it.
Does that hurt? No, just cut the damn thing.
Is this entertainment or what? That was number 4 on our college conundrums. Here comes number 3. You don't even have to be an angler to get in on the fun. Witness cameraman Wes Miller and the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
Got it? Yeah. Big one. Oh my gosh. Did I get you?
I don't know. It's in your,
Couldn't begin to tell you.
don't move.
We thought for a minute Wes had gotten himself a free ear piercing, but the still photo show, yeah, just barely missed that ear. He got lucky, got it in the headphone right there.
Lucky for Wes Miller, but not lucky for Brett Pruitt, who makes number 2 on our list. Self-induced migraine right here in the 2014 bracket. Brett Pruitt casting out for some schooling fish.
Stuck past the ball. It don't matter to me. Could you could you just get yeah, just like where we can get it and leave enough to pull it out later?
When the EMTs are not handy, well, the legendary Shea Baker will absolutely do it. A pinch. Shea stepping up to help Brett out. Actually going to work that one, at least cut it down enough to where he can function for the rest of the day. And he would go on to win his bracket. But number 1, Brad Rutherford, Young Harris College. This is 2013 at the National Championship, and the rod that tried to get away but didn't.
Yeah, son. That's what I'm talking
How about it?
Whoa. Yeah! We got a double catch. Yes!
The one and only Brad Rutherford, much to the delight of his fishing partner Matthew Peeler and the delight of everyone watching the National Championship in 2013. Oh, that is a move. That is solid gold. Could watch that again and again. Some good stuff. As we get back to the present, our 4 quarterfinal matches in our bracketed competition. This match is Kyle Alsop of Kansas State, our national champions, going up against Caleb Wozniak of Auburn University.
My partner Taylor and I qualified at the Green River. We actually won the College Series National Championship. But it's been a ride. It still hasn't hit us yet that we won. We kind of been flying around, going from there to here. So we're just happy to be here. Our biggest goal was to make the bracket. Winning the championship is just a little momentum, a little extra present. Hopefully we can get it done today. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. I'm fishing against one of the Auburn boys. It's a whole different ball game when it's just you and one other kid. You don't got to be the best today. You just got to be better than the guy you're against. Stay down. Colby Mahal, you know the key. Number 1. He's not big, but we'll take him. That's the thing too with this tournament. The way it's formatted, you know, there's no letting up. You gotta be gas pedal down 100%. Can't let off. You know, you go up shallow and just wrecking them in the grass or on little points. Can't let up. Because as soon as you let up and think you're solid, you'll get beat by an ounce. Probably the most stressful part about this whole deal is, you know, in a normal tournament, you might ease off, save some fish for the next day, but it blank slate every day. Catch them while you can. You never know if those fish are gonna bite tomorrow. You never know if you'll make it to tomorrow. Just by the hair on his chinny chin.
Another solid keeper for Kyle Alsop as he started his morning strong with a couple topwater bites and also flipping. We take it back over to Garrett, who's doing something completely opposite, fishing offshore. We saw him catch a couple early keepers at his first stop. As that suns came up, he's went a little deeper and he's throwing a 3/4 ounce wobblehead with a Zoom Magnum trick worm on the back of it.
Well, it's easier fishing against one guy, but you know, if you lose once, you're done. You can't really catch 15 pounds one day and then come back next day and catch 20. Save fish or keep beating up the same size fish, because you can have a school of 2.5 pounders and you can throw in there and catch a 5 pounder. I start off every morning with a DT10 crankbait, just trying to get some fast, you know, keeper fish in the boat. Pick up a big mag trick worm, green pumpkin, and that's what I've been getting all my bites on. And I usually throw a 10.5-inch ribbon tail, and they just haven't been hitting it. I just think a different profile is something that they're focusing on.
Well, they must just hit it going away.
Yep.
Because that looked solid as it could be.
It felt like a big one. I set the hook. No, he hit it and he was gone the other direction.
John Garrett with a couple of early keepers, not too far from the takeoff, moves out to his deeper water, his ledge-type atmosphere on Kentucky Lake, and catching them fairly easily, culling up here, as he has done for the last hour or so, as this day is drawing to a close. As we head to the weigh-in, let's take a look at these matchups. 4 quarterfinal matches going on today, and only 4 anglers of the 8 will advance. Kyle Alsop is going to get the best of his match, 7 pounds and 10 ounces. He's going to go on to the semifinals.
In the other quarterfinal matchup on that side of the bracket, Evan Coleman and Brian Paul Evan Coleman, Texas State University, is going to move on with 3 fish for 8 pounds and 2 ounces. He had a mixed bag there with a smallmouth in there as well.
Third place Texas State had another angler in our third match of the day, Sam Stone, going up against the man we've been watching a lot during this first day of competition, John Garrett of Bethel University. And, well, we saw it all. He laid down a good limit of fish there, 12 pounds and 5 ounces. John Garrett is going on to the semis.
In the final matchup of the quarterfinal round, Austin Hanley of Auburn against Taylor Bivens of Kansas State. And as we see, another national champion is going to move on to the second round, joining his teammate. He had 5 pounds and 2 ounces, enough to take down Hanley in the first round.
4 anglers we have moving on to the semifinals. It's like they've finished one tournament today. They've advanced, and we start with a clean slate tomorrow. What will tomorrow bring for our 4 anglers, from which we will get the 2 to fish for the championship on the final day? We'll have that starting for you when we come back. Top 4 finishing teams. The Carhartt Bassmaster College Series National Championship now fishing as individuals in our 2016 Classic bracket. Down to the semifinals now. 4 anglers left in this thing. Let's take a look at our match that we're going to have first for you. Up here on the left side of the brackets, Kyle Alsop, national champions, Kansas State University versus Evan Coleman of Texas State University. Our first look at Evan Coleman in this coverage here at 8 pounds 2 ounces to advance. Let's take a look at Texas State's third place effort in the national championship.
Evan Coleman and Sam Stone of Texas State led day 1 and day 2 of the Bassmaster Carhartt College Series National Championship. Fell to third place on the final day, but these guys know how to catch them. Sam's the offshore specialist. Evan knows how to catch him up shallow, and that is what we're seeing him do on Kentucky Lake day 1 and day 2.
Evan Coleman, pretty quiet, going about his business, keeping his head down, trying to stay in this match. He does have the 1 fish there. That was a keeper in the boat for 1.5 pounds. Let's go over to Kyle Alsop, his opponent.
Yesterday, right off the bat, I had 3 fish by 7:30. We were rolling. It was a great start to the day. We hit a dead patch, and then my mind started racing. I think I need to go shallow, and then fishing too fast, trying to cover new water. Start wondering, second guessing yourself. Maybe, why did I go shallow? I need to be deep. And then go deep and thinking, man, if I got shot at this, I need to be shallow. So, it was, the wheels came off the bus a little bit yesterday, but ended up, at the end of the day, salvaging it a little bit. And it was a little bit of just a nerves going into the first day kind of thing. But wheels back on, tighten down, put our head down and go fish. If it happens, it happens. Little guy. He might keep, I don't know. I think he's gonna be just short. Come on, baby. Grow for me. Oh yeah. Number 1. He's not big, but we'll take him.
Kyle Alsop, 1 fish in the boat right there, ahead of his opponent Evan Coleman for the moment. Evan Coleman have caught 8 pounds 2 ounces to close out Brian Paul of Bethel on day 1.
Today's a little different though, just because yesterday I had I'd already caught in 1 keeper and 4 shorts. Hopefully every bite I get is like that one I just got. If I get as many bites as I did yesterday, but they're all that size, I'll be real happy. That's a good one. That's what I'm talking about right there. So I'm talking about right there. You see what I mean? Just by covering water though. You just gotta keep moving. You can't slow down for a second. Because these fish are just so scattered everywhere around here. I see everybody dragging. And I always see that the pros always say, if it's tough, just cover water. And I mean, what gave me the idea of a spinnerbait too was just that there's so much shad here. And so, hopefully we can get another 3 fish before the sun starts to get too high.
You see Evan Coleman burning the banks, throwing a spinnerbait, covering water like he said. This place had a ton of shad, and all the fish that were shallow were ultra shallow. So he was covering water with a spinnerbait. We see here Alsop out in the middle of the lake, dragging a Carolina rig, what won him the national championship, him and Bivens at Green River Lake just a week prior.
Oh yeah, there is. Swimming at me again. Get underneath here. Number 2, another squeaker. They're biting weird. Guess I've just been used to catching 5 and 6 pounders at Green River. A little weight there when I set the hook.
Kyle Alsop, slow and deliberate fishing, and results that are a little bit slow today. A couple of fish in the boat, not big ones at all. Still the advantage held by this man right here. Evan Coleman, Texas State University. 2 bigger fish, 4 pounds and 8 ounces, as he continues his shallow water campaign on this semifinal day.
I said, oh, it's a good one. Please be a keeper. I think it is. Put him on this side.
Evan Coleman, the junior at Texas State University, the native of Austin, Texas, getting the job done today, staying ahead of the competition in this semifinal round, trying to make it to the finals and a shot at the Geico Bassmaster Classic in his home state of Texas. When we come back, we've got a whole other semifinal matchup to show you. John Garrett of nearby Bethel University going up against one of the national champions, Taylor Bivens from Kansas State. That's when we come back. Carhartt Bassmaster College Series, and after the national championship, we bring you this bracketed competition for 1 slot in the Geico Bassmaster Classic. We're down to 4 anglers. We started with 8, but this is a semi-final round. Take a look at the one match we've looked at earlier here. Kyle Alsop going up against Evan Coleman. Evan Coleman currently getting the better of Alsop in that one. Let's go over to the right side of the bracket and take a look at John Garrett, his match against Taylor Bivens of Kansas State.
We see John Garrett here, just like day one, headed out to his first spot, not far from takeoff. He catches a couple early fish this morning on a DT10 crankbait before the sun has a chance to even come up. Now he's gonna work it a little deeper with a worm.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There we go! Woo! Woo! That's what we need right there. Yes, sir. 25. Woo! thank you, Lord. Woo! Ooh! I knew it was freaking big up there somewhere. Woo! I don't know. What do you say? 4.5, 5? Probably 4.5, 5. Just enough to get me shaking good. Ooh! How about that?
From Bethel University, John Garrett from nearby Bethel University. That's part of the equation here. Lots of familiarity, lots of skills on Kentucky Lake. Great start for him, 3 good fish. Meanwhile, Taylor Bivens, it only took 5 pounds, 2 ounces to advance yesterday, but today, well, he's catching them, just not the right size.
A lot of non-keepers early for Bivens, catching a lot of smallmouth on a shaky head, fishing the same areas he did on day 1 where he caught some on a top water, but obviously the size is lacking on day 2 morning for Taylor Bivens. He's gonna need to catch a couple bigger ones if he wants to compete with Garrett.
There's a fish. Good fish. Good fish. Come on, baby. Stay down, girl. Stay down for me. Right there, I hope. That's a good one. A pretty fish. Right there. Right there's a start.
I knew it was a good one. He jumped and we all got to see it. But she stayed down. I'll probably call it a 4.5 pounder. But we'll see, you know. Sometimes fish fool you. One of those deals, I'm glad to have it in the boat, but if I don't get 4 more fish to go with it, it probably won't matter. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep grinding it out. Just looking for 4 more bites. A lot of fishing left.
Very nice, giant smallmouth there for Taylor Bivens, but he knows something that, well, we know from watching this guy right here, John Garrett, is going to be hard to beat on his home water today. 4 fish already for 10.5 pounds. And moments ago, while we were away, take a look at this one for John Garrett.
Here we go, baby. Oh. There we go, right there. There we go. I ain't got me shaking now. They're clearly loading up every night right here, though. I know what I'm gonna, if I make it tomorrow. Biggin. Biggin. Real biggin. Oh my gosh. I know. Oh my gosh, this thing is huge. Stay on, baby. Woo! 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 Boom! Yeah. How about that one? Number 5. They moved in, boys. They said some idiot's out there throwing crankbaits. I'm gonna pull up on top of it. 4.5 probably. I got 2 like that. I got 1 barely 15 in there. Let's go ahead and catch 2 more like that. Let these suckers rest.
Well, you heard John Garrett say it a few minutes ago. These fish are reloading on his spot at night. He's coming back in the day and loading up on them. What a great effort he has had so far. And he said, I still got 1 little one left in the live well with 15.5 pounds already in there. Yeah, that one's going to get rid of his 15-inch fish right there. So John Garrett looking sensational as it's time to head to the weigh-in. Take a look at what his competition, Taylor Bivens, was able to accomplish out there today.
4 pounds, 3 ounces, on this fish, and it's a smallmouth. So get ready to see a nice bass right here, and that is the mark. 4 pounds, 3 ounces. So let's hear it for Taylor from Kansas State, your reigning national champion.
Well, slim pickings for Taylor Bivens today, and we know what happened out there with John Garrett.
This final round, 19 pounds, 7 ounces for John Garrett. One more round of applause for your reigning national champion, Taylor Bivens. Great job, Taylor. You're going to represent us well. Good run at it. And there you go. Advancing into that final round, Bethel University, John Garrett.
John Garrett advances 19 pounds and 7 ounces. A stout limit gets him to the next round. And now we take a look at the next side of the bracket, Alsop and Coleman.
2 fish, 3 pounds, 5 ounces right there, Kyle. So that is the mark. Evan is going to need 3.6 because he is the lower seed. Looking for 3.6. He's moving on. 8 pounds, 3 ounces for Texas State, Evan Coleman. Good job. One more loud national championship cheer for Kyle Alsop. They're going to represent us well. Great job, guys. And there you go, the 6th seed advancing to that final round, Evan Coleman of Texas State.
Semis are now settled, and we have 2 anglers, our final 2 competitors gunning for 1 spot in the Geico Bassmaster Classic. John Garrett versus Evan Coleman. The ultimate match when we come back. Carhartt Bassmaster College Series, and we are at our Classic Bracket qualifying. 1 slot in the 2017 Geico Bassmaster Classic from Lake Conroe in Texas, and we're down to our final 2 anglers. Evan Coleman right there from Texas State University going up against John Garrett. Both of them had to eliminate one of the members of the national championship team in the semifinal round to make their way here.
I'm going to stay with my same game plan. The weather today is going to be ideal for what I've been doing. And like a day of practice, the weather was similar and I caught a competitive sack. So hopefully I can do it again today.
Well, we wish you good luck. You might be that other angler headed into the Classic.
Well, going up against Evan Coleman from Bethel University, nearby Bethel University. Qualifier John Garrett. And John Garrett has done fantastic. 19-7 on day 2. A lot of confidence.
Well, let's go do this thing. 5 bites separate me and the Classic. Let's go try to get him in the boat. Woo!
John Garrett, the sophomore at Bethel University, should he make it all the way to the Classic, would be one of the youngest to ever qualify.
That's right, Tommy. John's going to head out, same spot that he's been starting day 1 and day 2 of the bracket. He's going to take a left out of Paris Landing State Park and take a short little drive to his first spot where he's been catching them before the sun gets above the trees, before it really gets hot. He's been catching a couple keepers early, hoping to get those bites in the boat on the final day.
It's Kentucky Lake, and you know, fish can swim, and I hope they don't swim off from where they are. Anyone can go down any stretch on this lake and catch 25 pounds, no problem. In my head, they're pulling current. Those fish will be right on the point facing that current. And that's just what I hit yesterday, just that point, and I just called up a bunch of little ones. And from in practice and just me fishing there before I knew a bunch of big fish lived there. Oh, that sucker was running like crazy with it.
Was he?
Yeah. Just wanted to get me started, ain't that right? Biggin. Don't do it, baby. Don't jump again. Woo! Nice fish to start. First day or last day of the Classic bracket, baby. Woo! I don't know what it is about that place. I caught 3 biggers right in that same place yesterday. Knocked slack in my line and I picked it up. Thank you, Lord. If I have that same bag I did yesterday, I'll be very happy. I ought to knock that thing in the head with just 3/4 ounce weight. You know how funny that'd be? That'd be a lot of money down the drain though. Big old smallmouth, baby. Woo! About Kentucky Lake smallmouth put in there. I'll take that sucker.
Those things are solid.
Yeah, if they stay that size, I'll take them.
Well, we watched John Garrett in a semifinal match yesterday, and 2 good fish in the boat very early before the sun had even cleared the treetops. Today, it took him about a half hour longer to get things going, but he is absolutely back on the same track as we take a look at Evan Coleman.
Evan Coleman decided to scratch his game plan for the final day. In terms of area, he knew he needed to catch more than 8 pounds like he did day 1 and day 2, so he headed towards the dam, searching for new water.
Let's see what we can make happen over here. This right here looks like a real good spot to me when I looked at it on the maps yesterday. Kind of like a ledge out here in the middle. There's like a flat out there too, in between. And I feel like the fish in the mornings are gonna, if there's any out there, they're gonna come up here and feed on some shad. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily consider it a gamble. It's just finding a new area that looks exactly like what I've been fishing. I know that there's fish in these types of areas, so in the areas I've been fishing, obviously, I think I'm starting to get burned just because I've been fishing them all practice and I've been fishing them all tournament, you know? And I've been catching fewer and fewer numbers every single day. Please keep. You're a longer one. Yeah. They really need to move the keeper size to 14 inches down here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, this is kind of goofy. It has the right contours, but it's just so barren compared to what I have been fishing. But I thought because it has shade on it, they might be moving up into it, or they might have been up in it. I don't know. Right now, my game plan is just stay confident. Don't think about what he's doing and just fish. And try and have some fun along the way.
Well, Evan Coleman said it on day 1. My philosophy, cover as much water as possible. Meanwhile, this is going on out in the deeper water. John Garrett from Bethel University is catching one after another. Good, solid fish, seems to never catch a short one. How long can this onslaught go on? We'll be back.
The Carhartt Bassmaster College Series is brought to you by Carhartt and by Bass Pro Shops.
Classic bracket competition here. 2 anglers left on the final day. John Garrett of Bethel University, one with the upper hand so far in this championship.
2 places I'm catching fish on, I've fished very few times that, I've lived here, and I've just always liked the way they looked, and I've always caught a few fish there. In practice, I ran everything old, everything I knew had fish on it, and there really wasn't anything there, so I just had to scratch everything I knew and look for new stuff and stuff that I thought might hold some fish. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing, and hopefully it turns out the same. There we go. That's a good one there.
That's solid.
Give me some. Huh?
That was very good. We have to do that again. Nicely done, John.
That sucker Absolutely hammered it. I believe that's the most I've ever shaken over a 3-pound fish in my life. But I believe I'll shake more on the next one if I get some of his buddies.
Another solid fish for John Garrett. He's nearing a limit, almost closing the door, but Evan Coleman's looking to make a comeback. Fishing all that new water, like he said, trying to switch it up, try to catch some bigger fish that have been unpressured, unlike a lot of the areas he'd been working day 1 and day 2 of this bracket.
As a fisherman, I think people don't focus enough on their resume. And you don't realize, a lot of people don't realize is that the structure of their resume can actually, if it's structured poorly, will actually turn a sponsor off. You know what I mean? They like it to be clean and organized and have good quality information on it. I mean, I have buddies that are guides and stuff like that look over my resume and they tell me the same thing. That one's not gonna keep. I just want to add Classic qualifier to it. And possibly high up placer in the Classic. Yep.
That one also not a keeper, so Evan Coleman still looking for the first one in the box, and with each passing minute, his task gets a little bit more difficult trying to catch this man, John Garrett.
I got one guy to beat, but he could catch him just like I did today. And it's surreal that I'm fishing for the Classic. I mean, it means the world to me, so I hope I do it. One more win, I'm there. Oh gosh. That's a big in there, it feels like. Another good in there. Yes, sir. Woo. Number 4. I think when I picked it up, I felt him drop it. I think he hit it soon, hit the bottom. One more, I can't leave on a bite. There he is. Big one. Oh. Woo! About that one. That fish right there may put me in the Bassmaster Classic. Woo! A 4-pounder there, isn't it? Ooh! I told you I was gonna wait to get up there for you. Woo! That ain't got me shaking. That ain't got me shaking. There's 5. That took some pressure off right there.
John Garrett operating almost flawlessly on Kentucky Lake, fishing it like he's fished there all his life, which he has, but to do it on a day like today with so much at stake, so much on the line, it's a great effort. As we head to the weigh-in, get it all official, Evan Coleman on the stage and John Garrett waiting close by.
So a little anticlimactic, but we're going to make it official, and John's about to hear it. 5 fish, you need just 1 ounce to advance to that Classic. There it is, 14 pounds, 13 ounces. One last cheer for Evan Coleman making it to that final round, Texas State. And let's hear it. We're right here in Paris, Tennessee, just down the road from Bethel University, and John Garrett is headed to that Geico Bassmaster Classic.
Evan, man, he's a class act, man. We told each other good luck. We talked all week, and man, I wish the best for him. And he's a great angler. It's an awesome feeling, man. Words don't really describe it. Just a wonderful position I am, and thankful for everybody and everything that's happened, man. I just got blessed this week. Got the right bites, got on the right pattern, and everything just fell into place. I can't wait to get there. I'm just gonna make sure I enjoy my time there, not stress myself out. And it'd be awesome to do good, but man, I'm just gonna be happy to be there right now.
John Garrett just now starting to think forward to that amazing opportunity that is coming his way, an opportunity that he most definitely created by outfishing this field. He is the man. The 2017 Geico Bassmaster Classic qualifier from the college ranks. Ronnie, an impressive guy. Should do well at the Classic. You got to pull for a guy like that.
Yes, John's got all the skills you need to be a well-rounded angler. He can fish offshore, as you saw at Kentucky Lake there. He can manage those deep fish, but also he can go up on the bank and find a pattern, not just fishing along. He can figure it out. So he should be a great college representative, and as we saw, he really is going to enjoy the moment. He doesn't want to get overwhelmed by it.
Well, another great college season. Thank you for your work out there on the field and in here in the studio, Ronnie. And we did our mission. We did what we were supposed to do. We got national champions. We got a guy going to the Classic in John Garrett. We'll see you next time.